In the summer of 1997, scientists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, were monitoring a network of underwater microphones deep in the Pacific Ocean, and they picked up something that stopped them cold. A sound, rising slowly in frequency, lasting about 1 minute, recorded at the same time by sensors that were thousands of kilometers apart from each other. It was louder than any biological sound ever recorded in the ocean, louder than a blue whale, the loudest animal on Earth, louder than anything in the scientific literature that any known living creature could produce. They called it the Bloop. And 28 years later, the scientific community still does not fully agree on what made it. To understand why this was such a big deal, you need to understand what NOAA was actually doing down there. During the Cold War, the US Navy built a system called SOSUS, the Sound Surveillance System. It was a massive network of microphones placed directly on the ocean floor, stretching across the Atlantic and the Pacific. The original purpose was completely military, to detect Soviet submarines before they got close enough to matter. These microphones were so sensitive that they could pick up a submarine engine thousands of kilometers away. When the Cold War ended, the Navy declassified parts of the system and handed it over to NOAA for scientific research. And what scientists discovered when they started actually listening to the ocean floor was extraordinary. The deep ocean is not silent. It never was. It is full of sound. Whales communicate across entire ocean basins. Underwater volcanic eruptions, geological shifts, the grinding of tectonic plates. Billions of tons of water move through trenches deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Nobody had just listened before, because nobody had the equipment sensitive enough to hear it. Then, in the summer of 1997, in the middle of all this remarkable acoustic data, the team picked up something that fit none of their existing categories. The actual recording of the bloop, when scientists played it back sped up 16 times to bring it into a range human ears can hear, sounds like exactly what you might imagine something enormous making in the dark water. It rises, it sweeps upward in frequency, it builds, and then, after about a minute, it stops completely. The sound profile had characteristics that marine biologists immediately recognized as biological. The way it moved through frequencies, the way it started and stopped. These were signatures more consistent with a living creature than with a geological event or a mechanical source. But the size of the sound was the problem. To be picked up simultaneously by hydrophones thousands of kilometers apart, the source had to be producing an almost unimaginable amount of acoustic energy. Scientists ran the numbers. Whatever made the bloop would have had to be significantly larger than the largest animal ever known to have existed on this planet. The blue whale, 30 meters long, nearly 200 tons. The bloop was louder than that, by a significant margin. So now you have two options on the table. Either something biological made this sound, something larger than a blue whale, living in one of the least explored places on Earth, or something non-biological made a sound that just happened to have all the characteristics of an animal. Neither answer was comfortable. The debate that followed went through several phases over the years. In the beginning, the biological explanation got the most attention. Because the deep ocean is genuinely the most unexplored environment on this planet, we have better maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. Below 1,000 meters, it is total darkness, near freezing temperatures, and pressure that would crush an unprotected human body in seconds. And yet, life is down there. Extraordinary life. There are still things we are discovering every single year. Giant squid, which can reach 12 meters in length and were considered by many scientists to be mythological as recently as the 19th century, were not photographed alive in their natural habitat until 2004. Not a drawing, not a dead specimen washed up on a beach. An actual living giant squid in the wild for the first time in recorded human history. In 2004. So the idea that something large and unknown was producing that sound was not, strictly speaking, scientifically impossible. The ocean keeps showing us things we assumed could not exist. But as research continued, a different explanation started gaining real ground. Icequakes. When massive pieces of ice break apart, glaciers fracturing, ice shelves collapsing, enormous icebergs grinding against the seafloor, they produce powerful, low-frequency sounds. Sounds that can travel enormous distances through deep water. And in 2005, NOAA scientists studying Antarctic ice acoustics noticed something important. The sound signature from certain large icequake events matched the profile of the Bloop surprisingly well. The location also lined up. The Bloop originated in the southern Pacific off the coast of South America, exactly the region where massive Antarctic icebergs drift as they break free and move north. The timing in 1997 matched known Antarctic ice activity from that period. By around 2012, NOAA's official position had shifted. The most likely explanation for the Bloop was a large icequake event. Most likely. Not confirmed, not proven beyond doubt. Most likely. And that gap between most likely and certainly is exactly where this story lives. The Bloop has never been heard again. Whatever made it, ice, animal, or something else, produced that sound once in the summer of 1997 and has not repeated it since. 28 years of continuous ocean monitoring. Nothing matches it. NOAA has kept listening, and in that time, they have built an entire catalog of named, unexplained deep ocean sounds. The slowdown, the train, the Julia sound, the whistle. Each one is a real, recorded, verified acoustic event, and each one is still waiting for a complete explanation. The ocean is not giving up its secrets quickly. But here is the thing about the Bloop that puts it in a different category from most mysteries. This is not a story told by one person in a remote location. It is not a blurry photograph. It is not a legend passed down through generations. It is a recording, a real, physical, verifiable sound, captured simultaneously by multiple government scientific instruments on the floor of the Pacific Ocean, sitting in an archive that you can access right now. The debate is not about whether something happened. Something definitely happened. The debate is only about what. And down there, in water so deep and so dark and so cold that no human being has ever reached it, in the part of the ocean we have barely even looked at, something made a sound in 1997 that was louder than any animal we have ever known. It has not made that sound again. and we still do not know why. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.